What was the most hurtful sentence you heard from your family? I hate that something so ugly came out of me. For context, my mom is Korean, slim and petite. She had 2 daughters with a black American and we were never skinny, pretty or smart enough for her. And she told us all the time, "Why bother studying? You're going to fail anyway." And when I got my results, "See, I told you you were going to fail." Maybe you'd have less miscarriages if you believed in God. Came here to comment. Realized I don't have it as bad as some of you. You each deserved love from your parents. I'm so sorry. My mother would call me lazy all the time. I really was not lazy. I did whatever chores she told me to do. Then I would go to my room, close my door, and begin to read whatever books I had taken from the public library the previous Saturday. I got the reputation of being odd along with being lazy. My dad told me and my brother when we were young, "You've already seen me be abusive, so there's no point in trying to be nice to you guys anymore. But your little sister still thinks I'm a good dad, so don't you dare ruin that for me. I've never forgotten that. You're just not as important as your sister." I wish I would get into a car accident and die on the way home from work, so I don't have to come home to you. I don't recognize you anymore. My mom said this to me when I finally felt like I was happy. He'll be back to pick you up in 3 days. She did not. My mother lost a child to leukemia, then lost everything else while fleeing war, her home, her possessions, her future, and even more family members. Yet she said to me, years after, that I was God's greatest punishment to her when I came out as gay. One time my family said, "You'll never amount to anything." It stuck with me for years, but I'm proving them wrong now. If I have to choose, you'll take my boyfriend way before you, my son, and later on. Just asking herself why I stopped talking to her 10 years ago. There's way more to the story, but it's part of my decision. I can't believe you expect so much from us just because you got diagnosed with cancer. My mother, while kicking me out of her house in the middle of chemotherapy at 25 years of age when I couldn't afford to pay rent on unemployment. I wish I had aborted you and I hate you because you look like your damn father. You need to marry rich before your looks fade because no man will marry you for you. Positive retroactive edit. I did not marry rich. My incredible genius husband and I both went to grad school, but met when I was in the service industry and are super happy, and ironically better off financially than my mom who told me this. Also fuck it, I am 35 and still hot, woo, so wrong on both accounts, mom. You're being too sensitive. It's like invalidating my feelings while proving exactly why they exist. My mom telling me, "It's your fault," referring to my son being in a coma from a motorcycle accident. I was asking my aunt, who is a doctor, about a treatment I thought was my last option for help because it was other than just continuing to try medications that were not working because I wanted to have as many doctors' opinions as I possibly could. And she looked at me and laughed and went, "Oh, that's for the real bad cases." I had almost died 6 months before. So anyways, I didn't listen to her. I listened to my doctor's advice of, "If you believe trying this treatment is right for you, then you should do it. And well, get you started in the hospital." She was both my private doc and worked at the hospital that did the treatment on Monday. I have not spoken to that family since I started the treatment. It was that interaction that proved to me that there was nothing I could do for them to ever take me seriously, that they would literally watch me die and not offer any help. I got the treatment I needed, and I am alive and happy, and it is their loss entirely. They'd probably just insult me somehow anyways.